Devin, you're going places. This is a quote from a dream I had last night. I think talking about your dreams is lame because it's all fiction. So what am I supposed to wake up and go, oh my god, the craziest thing happened to me yesterday. I was getting chased by a murderer. Oh my god, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I just woke up. Yeah, I just woke up and then I brushed my teeth and had some orange juice. I mean, I feel really good. So first of all, let me say, talking about your dreams is lame. But when you have a dream like this, an awesome dream, I just have to share it. So it was like an hour long running dream. It wasn't transitioning to like, oh, once then I was at school, and then all of a sudden I was at a chicken factory, and I was taking the beaks off old roosters. I was just in one place the whole time. So it started out me, my friend Mark, my friend Jason, and this kid named Patrick from my field bio class from junior year. We're all partying in my garage, and we all fell asleep with black and mild cigars sticking out of our faces. And when we all woke up, Mark had burned a hole into my couch with his black and mild. I woke up and my black and mild was unlit, so I told I was trying to light it, but in my dream I just couldn't somehow get the lighter to work. So I told Jason to light it, and he lit it in the middle of the cigar. So I had like the whole thing left, but he lit it in the middle and screwed the whole thing up. And I just remember thinking, I kind of went off and I was just like, Jason, I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but let me just say, if you didn't do that as a joke, that was the stupidest thing I've ever seen anybody do in my life, and you are a moron. Because I could appreciate the humor in it, but I was also annoyed. So then my mom came out and yelled at us because we were partying in my garage, and I had to clean the place up. So I started cleaning out my mom's van because I had fallen asleep in the van, right? And the seats were all dirty. So I was vacuuming the van. I was sitting in the passenger seat vacuuming the driver's seat, and then all of a sudden the van starts moving. Do you have these dreams ever where you're in a car and you like can't control it, or you're in the back seat alone in the car but the car's driving, so you have to jump up? Oh jeez, I'm yawning. I'm yawning. That's what that sound is, everybody. That's a yawn. I just woke up. If you can tell by my distinguished voice, it'd be good to do a movie narration like this. I guess I'm narrating my dream. Despite the voice cracks, I think this is a little soothing, a little more soothing of the white coffee variety. So, so yeah, you ever have those dreams where you're like stuck in a car and you can't drive? Or do you ever have those dreams even, this isn't what I had, but like you're yelling? I would hope you'd have those dreams where you're like in danger and you're yelling and you're just like, help, help me, and you can't get anybody's attention. Or does anyone have dreams where your eyesight's very, very blurry? Oh, I get those a lot, where you can't yell or your eyesight's blurry. I also get one a lot where my one leg is longer than the other. I've, I haven't heard anyone else have a dream like this, but I get that all the time. And one leg longer than the other dream. And I think astrology is made up, but I've started to look up what my dreams mean. Not that that's the same as astrology, but in a way, it's like I don't want them to just go. I don't want it to be like a Chinese fortune cookie where it's like, oh, if you have a dream that one leg is longer than the other, that means you will have great gratitude. You have great gratitude for life, and soon enough, a beautiful thing will appear. I'm like, I don't need any magic potions. But if you can tell me, like, to dream of one leg here on this website, dreams.metroeve.com, to dream of one leg being longer than the other may reflect feeling about your independence not being what you want it to be. And it's like, I don't know how much of that, I don't want to get too far into the, like, that's a magic spell kind of thing, you know what I mean? Where it's like, no, if you have one leg longer than the other in a dream, and then you get a frog's throat, and you throw it in a wizard's stew, and then you drink it, you will be safe for the rest of your life, and you'll have eternal happiness. But maybe my independence is not what I want it to be. Kind of like my legs. So now the car is driving away, right? So I have to get in the driver's seat and hit the brakes. So I do. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. I'm just telling you what happened. And then all of a sudden, my neighborhood now all is indoors, and the houses at the end of my street are very fancy, and the floor is tile, and the bedroom doors that are really the front doors to the house, but it's like I said, it's all indoors now, are very fancy with like big stone pillars, and they're being completely redone with like mosaic tiles and portraits, oil paintings being put up. My house at the top of the street's a piece of junk, so I got the crap. I got the crap house. But whatever. I drove back to my house, and all of a sudden now I was in an AA meeting. Really, not literally, but it was like circle of those metal folding chairs, and it was just a couple friends of mine, a kid I know who just got a dog for Christmas, and his friend, well, my friend, but so the kid that had the dog died in his arms in the stream. He was very confused. He was stunned. He didn't know what to do. He was just kind of crying, not a crazy amount, because he was just like, what the heck just happened? He was just in shock. And then our other friend was like, who cares, dude? It's a dog. It's not a person. It's an animal. It didn't do anything. You knew it for 3 days. Had it since Christmas? Oh, I'm so sorry. You haven't even had time to make a relationship with it yet. It's just a dog. Which I think was a funny point. The thing about this dream is, as unrealistic as it was, like for me to be morphing around, and all of a sudden my neighborhood's indoors, and all of a sudden a car starts driving. It's like, it's also kind of practical. Like, I think the funniest dreams I have are when, like, they're very practical. You know what I mean? Like, not the ones where I'm getting chased by a murderer, but the ones where I used to have, like, I had the one that I would always use an example. Like, I wish I had cooler dreams. I had a dream yesterday where I was tying my shoes and then boiling a hot dog, which I literally did have that dream. Not that it's so unbelievable, but it's just like a good example of how boring and mundane my dreams were. Where these ones are still kind of boring, but it's funny how they're like, you could see that happening, or it's an interesting take on, like, why do you care about your dog dying? Kind of practical. And then it got to the best one. I was in my childhood bedroom. I mean, this is still my house, so I'm not considering it a new dream. I was in my bedroom now, and you guys remember the story of the guy that flooded my apartment? Like, the fire alarm was leaking water. Well, I was in my bedroom, and I had like the fire sprinklers, and that was leaking like shaving cream, like liquid. And I went over and grabbed it, and then it started turning into like a mesh, right? And it was like plasticky, and I realized, oh my gosh, this kid's making plastic explosives. So I called security, and they came up there, and I left the building. I left my house. The security was up there, and he brought the kid down, and we realized that it was just like a smart kid. It wasn't like a terrorist. It was a smart kid that was just making a bomb because he wanted to see if he could. He wasn't going to detonate it or anything, but he was so smart. He was just like, I just want to see if I can make a bomb. So I was like, oh, okay. I kind of had a new respect for the kid. I was a little less intimidated, a little less scared. Right, but I was still upset with the security guy because I'm like, well, regardless of if it was on purpose or not, he still is making a bomb. And it's still your job to keep me safe. So now I'm angry at the security guard, right? And he's shooting me with paintball darts. I don't know, like little black rubber balls, right, out of this weird compressed air gun. So I grab a baseball bat to defend myself. I'm trying to hit him back. But in my dream again, like same with the lighter, I just couldn't do it. Same with screaming. I just couldn't do it. I was trying to hit this guy with the bat, but it was just like my arms were pool noodles. So it was rough. So finally I get a couple hits on this guy, and I'm just yelling at him. I'm like, you are the worst security guard. This is your job. You're not going to do anything with your life. This is all you're going to do. You're just going to be a poor little security guard. And then the kid making the bombs was following us, right? And I look at him with a new respect. I'm yelling at the security guard, you're not going to do anything. And I look at the kid and I go, Devin, you're going places. And even in the dream, I was like, that's hilarious. This whole situation is very funny. I didn't know it was a dream, but I could just tell, like, this is a funny thing to say. To a kid that just tried to kill me, Devin, you're going places? I mean, come on. That's comedy gold. So that was it. That was my dream. Then I woke up and I went to work. I had my, for the first time in a long time, I did the first and second shift at FedEx just to get some extra money. Last week I only got 18 hours. Now this week I already have 18 hours, and I've still got today and tomorrow to work, so Fine by me. I'll make some extra money because they took away my raise after Corona. No, after Christmas. Sorry. So I was at work all day yesterday, which meant the only news I could get was through an Apple Watch, through texts from my friend Mark, Mark was in correspondence with other people about the news, what was going on. We were just standing up there doing nothing, and he was like, "Dude, my mom just texted me and said people are breaking into the Capitol." And we go, what? Pardonnez-moi? I beg your pardon? What the heck? So we were like, yeah, what? Two guys tried to scale the fence and got shot in the head, I'm guessing? No, there was like 1,000 people that just like jumped over climbed over the wall, made their way into the Capitol. Very, very weird. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I mean, I was in there. What the heck? Who cares what I have to say about it? But I'll at least say I don't have any sympathy for anyone who did it. I mean, you're not just breaking into the Capitol building in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, right, where that's like Pennsylvania law, Pennsylvania land. You're breaking into Washington, D.C.'s Capitol building. That's federal property. That's a federal offense, right? So what did you think was going to happen? You know what I mean? I mean, there's people that are on Twitter that are just saying like, well, if this was Black Lives Matter, more people, like, they never would have made it up the steps. Like, clearly, everyone kind of agrees that the police should have been involved more, and that there wasn't done enough, like arresting people or like even in riot gear, like tear gas or smoke grenades or what are those little like rubber bullet things, I guess. Like, even at the bare minimum, people are saying that there should have been at least that, right? So I guess it's like, what did you think was going to happen? You broke into the Capitol building and you're acting like you're just able to go in and run around and like put hats on statues. I mean, I think there's a layer of humor. These people went in to just screw around, right? I mean, I think that's true. Let me also say I don't agree with it at all. I think that's still very disrespectful and stupid to have done. But I guess at the end of the day, it did happen. I didn't have anything to do with it, so I can talk about it however the heck I want. I mean, at the end of the day, it did happen. But I think there was an aura of like the same way if you just like hate your job and you hate your boss and then finally you just like decide to quit, so you go over the intercom and you're just like, you know what, everyone here's a loser and you all stink, and then you go take a crap on your boss's car. Like, see, like, I think anyone can watch that and like understand where the kid is coming from, but then we can also like agree that none of us would ever do that in a million years. But I think there was a layer of that here where people were just like, you know what, Trump lost, Joe Biden won. We get it, but we're gonna go out in a blaze of glory, I guess. I like I said, I don't agree with it, but at least I can. If that was what they were going for, I can follow the logic, and even that, I'm not saying I sympathize with them, but it's just like, I guess I can see the same way a kid leaving a job he hates would crap on his boss's car, right? But again, I would never do that in a million years. Don't get me wrong, and I think it was very stupid. I have to keep saying that because I feel like even if there's 1% of me making it sound like I'm going the other way, that I'll get fired. But don't get me wrong. I think it was stupid. I think it made everybody look bad. And that's absolutely all I'm going to say about it, because I don't feel comfortable saying any more. And not because I have anything rude to say, but it's just like, I wasn't there. Why do I have to talk about it? I feel like anything I say on either side can get me in trouble. I will also say it was a tragedy that a woman died. I think her name was Ashley Babbitt. Regardless of political ideology or man or woman or race or whatever, it was tragic that anybody died. I will say that as well. But that's all I'm going to say about the Capitol building, because what else is there to say? You're not coming to me for your news. So, speaking of people coming to me, my podcast was just interrupted by the maintenance man coming to visit the apartment, which he does like once a week now that it's the semester break. He comes to check the water. But as you may have remembered from last episode, I'm fixing a hole in my wall, and I have yet to like clean the dust off the floor because I'm still actively working on sanding it and plastering and sanding and plastering. So I just left it all up. And he goes, "Oh, we fixing something here?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to repair that." He goes, "Well, I don't know how good a job you did, but hey, I didn't see it." And I was like, "My man, So hopefully I can get the only problem it's the wall is fixed now, but the color's wrong. So I just need to fix the color. I think I caused a little more attention to it just because I had all the dust on the floor and the vacuum and razor blades and sandpaper out. But I'll fix it up. I'll fix it up real nice. But yeah, like I said about the Capitol, overall, if you're confused about how I stand, I 100% disagree with it. I think it was very stupid. I could see where they're coming from, but I can also see where a kid who works at Walmart and quits his job and craps in his boss's car is coming from. That doesn't mean I agree with it. So that's all I'll have to say. This might be a little shorter of an episode because I already recorded 15 minutes of it yesterday, and then I realized I was recording into the wrong mic. I was recording into my computer mic, and it sounded terrible. And I kind of expected to say more about the Capitol, but I just don't want to. Because like I said, you're not coming to me for your news. So yeah, I guess I can wrap it up by showing you a great song by the band 10 Minutes something. Hang on, let me find it. The song is I'd Love to Change the World by 10 Years After. It's a great, great jam. Cool, like 60s psychedelic song sounds like. Let's listen to it, shall we? It's just like a cool, chill song. Like I said, acoustic guitar is pretty rad, and it's a good song to like just drive down at the middle of the night on your own. Go on a drive, baby. It's a very chill song. Now, a very chill word is the word serendipity, a noun, meaning the occurrence and development of events by chance in a happy or beneficial way. So like finding $20 in your pocket, or a fortunate stroke of serendipity. That's a good word. Use it in your next essay. Lastly, we have the movie of the day. The movie is from 1978, National Lampoon's first feature film, Animal House. Rated R. When they arrive at college, socially inept freshmen Larry and Kent attempt to pledge to a snooty Omega Theta Pi house, but are summarily rejected. Lowering their standards, they try at the notoriously rowdy Delta Tau Chi house and get in. The trouble is, the college dean has it in for the Deltas. He's put them on double secret probation and secretly assigned Omega's president the task of having their charter revoked. So the whole plot is about like this frat whose charter is about to get revoked. So they're trying to not get in trouble. But the movie is just a party movie where they're just like, you know what? If we're going to get in trouble either way, we might as well party. Which is just fun. Which is just a fun, classic movie. Now, I hope this episode wasn't too weird. I hope I made it light by telling you my dreams. And then I talk about the Capitol building and all that crap. But it's also like, that was pretty big news. That was like one of the craziest things that's happened in a very long time. Like not even within the year, but like in a very long time. That's going to be like historic. So I can't not talk about it. But it's also too early. Like I can't just say, oh, this is what they must have been thinking. Oh, and this is how I feel about it. Like, you know what I mean? It's been a day. And if it seriously is that important, like I'm saying it is, then how can I have an opinion on it that I can stand behind 10 years from now and feel comfortable saying, oh, this is how I'm going to feel about it. I don't want to talk about it much. I'll talk about what actually happened. People went in and broke into the Capitol building, and at the time I thought it was stupid. So we'll see. Last week's episode, or Tuesday's episode, got 8 views. That's very poor. And I don't know. Sorry for the short episode, but I hope I'll see you all on Tuesday. This was a weird one. I'll see you all on Tuesday.